The cold didn't arrive all at once. It crept in quietly, like a thought you almost notice, but not quite. Snow rested everywhere, soft, endless, and pale under a deep blue night sky. The wind moved slowly at first, whispering across the frozen land as if it didn't want to wake anything. And right there, in the middle of all that cold and silence, stood something unexpected. An igloo. Round. Simple. Still. From the outside, it looked like nothing more than snow shaped by patience. No doors you could clearly see. No windows glowing bright. Just smooth white curves blending into the Arctic night. And yet, something about it made you pause. Because even before you stepped closer, you sensed it. There was warmth inside. Not the loud kind of warmth. Not fire or noise or movement. A quiet warmth. The kind that waits. You take one slow step forward. Snow presses gently beneath your boots. The wind brushes past your coat, not angry, just curious, almost asking if you're sure you want to continue. You do. The entrance is low, curved downward. You bend slightly, feeling the cold air cling to your breath as you move inside. For just a moment, the outside world disappears behind you. And then, everything changes. The air softens. Not hot. Not heavy. Just calm. You straighten slowly, surprised by the stillness. The inside of the igloo glows with a gentle, amber light. It doesn't come from a single source. It feels like it's part of the walls themselves, reflected, softened, shared. The snow blocks are thick, carved carefully, stacked with intention. They hold back the storm outside without effort, like they've done this many times before. You breathe in. The air smells clean. Pure. Quiet. Somehow, it's warmer than you expected. Your shoulders relax before you even realize they were tense. The cold that followed you in begins to fade, slowly releasing its grip. There's a simple bed ahead, raised slightly from the floor. Thick furs layered carefully. Soft blankets folded with care. Nothing fancy, just exactly what's needed. Nothing more. Nothing less. You step closer, noticing how your footsteps sound different here. The igloo absorbs noise. The outside world feels far away already, like a memory you don't need to think about right now. You sit on the edge of the bed. It's warm. Not magically warm, comfortably warm. As if someone prepared this place knowing you would arrive, even if they never expected to meet you. You glance around again, taking in the gentle curve of the ceiling. The way the light moves softly along the walls. No sharp edges. No distractions. Just calm. Outside, the wind begins to pick up. You can hear it faintly now, muffled, distant. The sound wraps around the igloo instead of breaking through it. Snow brushes against the outer walls, but inside, nothing moves. It's safe here. You lie back slowly, letting your body sink into the warmth beneath you. The bed supports you perfectly, like it understands exactly where you need rest the most. Your breathing slows. In and out. You notice something curious. Despite being surrounded by ice and snow, your hands feel comfortable. Your feet aren't cold. Your chest rises easily with each breath. How is this possible? The question floats through your mind, but it doesn't demand an answer. It simply drifts, like a snowflake landing quietly and melting away. Outside, the Arctic night stretches endlessly. The sky deepens. Somewhere far away, ice shifts and settles. The land exhales. Inside the igloo, time feels different. Slower. Kinder. You pull the blanket up just a little higher, listening to the quiet hum of stillness. It's not silence, it's something softer. Something full. You wonder, briefly, how long this igloo has been here. Who built it? Who rested here before you? And who might rest here after? But the thoughts don't linger. They don't need to. The warmth holds you. The light dims just slightly, as if the igloo itself knows what comes next. Your eyelids feel heavier now. The storm outside continues to grow, but it no longer matters. The world beyond these walls can do whatever it wants. In here, you are protected. And just before sleep begins to pull you deeper, one gentle thought passes through your mind. If it's this warm inside now, what will the Arctic show you when morning comes? That question settles quietly, wrapping itself around your thoughts like another blanket. And you drift. Slowly. Peacefully. Into rest. Sleep doesn't arrive suddenly. It moves slowly. Like a soft tide that comes in without sound. Your body rests, heavy and supported, while your mind floats somewhere between awake and dreaming. You can still feel the warmth of the blankets, the steady calm of the igloo around you, but your thoughts no longer rush. They drift. Outside, the wind grows stronger. You don't hear it clearly, only a low, distant hush, like the ocean far away. Snow taps gently against the igloo's outer wall, not to disturb you, but to remind you of where you are. Deep in the Arctic. Surrounded by cold that cannot reach you. Your breathing becomes slower now. In. Out. With every breath, the warmth feels deeper, more complete. It's as if the igloo is sharing its calm with you, letting you borrow it for the night. And then, something shifts. Not sharply. Not suddenly. Just enough for you to notice. A soft glow appears near the entrance tunnel. Pale at first. Almost invisible. You don't sit up. You don't move. You simply notice it, like noticing the moon through half-closed eyes. The glow slowly strengthens. Cool blues. Gentle greens. The northern lights. They don't rush in. They don't demand attention. Their colors slide quietly along the inner curve of the igloo, reflected softly by the snow walls. The light feels alive, but calm, like it's breathing with you. You watch without effort. The colors move. Pause. Change. Each shift feels like a question that doesn't need answering. How can something so cold look so warm? How can something so distant feel so close? The thoughts rise gently, then fade before they become heavy. Your mind knows this isn't a moment for thinking. It's a moment for drifting. The light slowly dims again, retreating toward the entrance, as if it never intended to stay long. Outside, the storm reaches its peak. The wind howls now, strong and wild, racing across the frozen land. Snow moves fast, spinning and swirling through the dark Arctic night. And yet, inside the igloo, nothing changes. The air remains still. The warmth remains steady. Your body remains relaxed. The contrast feels almost unreal. Cold outside. Warm inside. Chaos beyond the walls. Peace within them. You sink a little deeper into the bed, letting the furs cradle your shoulders and back. Your muscles soften more than you realized they could. Somewhere in the distance, ice cracks. A deep, echoing sound, slow and powerful. It doesn't frighten you. It feels ancient. Like the land itself shifting in its sleep. You imagine the vast frozen plains stretching endlessly beyond the igloo. Snowfields glowing faintly under starlight. Mountains of ice standing silent, watching the night pass. You imagine how small this igloo must look out there. And yet, how strong. Built not to fight the cold, but to understand it. That thought feels important, though you don't quite know why. Your eyelids grow heavier again. The warmth wraps tighter around you. Each breath feels deeper, fuller, as if the air itself is encouraging you to rest. Time loosens its grip. Minutes stretch. Moments blur. You're not fully asleep. Not fully awake. Just floating. Then, softly, you become aware of a gentle sound inside the igloo. A slow drip. Not water, just the faint sound of warmth meeting ice somewhere deep within the walls. It's steady. Rhythmic. Almost like a heartbeat. Drip. Pause. Drip. The sound grounds you, keeps you gently anchored here. You listen without trying. Your body responds naturally, sinking into the rhythm. Your breathing begins to match it. Slow. Even. Calm. You realize something then. The igloo isn't just shelter. It's balance. Cold and warmth. Stillness and motion. Outside and inside. And for this night, you belong right here in the middle. The storm outside slowly begins to soften. The wind eases, just a little. Snow falls more gently now, settling back into quiet. The Arctic seems to exhale. Inside, the light fades further, leaving only a dim glow, enough to feel safe, not enough to keep you awake. Your thoughts become fewer. Softer. You don't resist sleep anymore. You allow it. And just before your mind slips fully into rest, a final gentle curiosity drifts through you. What will the silence feel like? When the storm finally ends? That question settles calmly, like snow resting on snow. And you drift deeper. And deeper. Into peaceful sleep. Sleep deepens. But it doesn't close the door completely. It leaves it slightly open. Your body rests fully now, heavy and warm, while your mind drifts somewhere quiet, where thoughts are slow and gentle, and nothing needs your attention. Outside the igloo, the storm has passed. Not suddenly. Not dramatically. It simply ran out of things to say. The wind settles first, easing into long pauses. Snow stops racing across the land and begins to fall straight down, softly, as if the Arctic itself is finally ready to rest. Inside, you don't move. The igloo holds its warmth carefully, evenly. The air feels smoother now, calmer than before. Each breath you take feels deeper, more complete, like the air has learned your rhythm. In and out. Somewhere in that quiet space between dreams, you begin to notice a change. Light. Not bright. Not sharp. Just a gentle shift. A pale glow slowly forms along the curved wall opposite you. It's different from the warm amber light of the night. This light feels cooler, clearer, softer. Morning is nearby. You don't open your eyes yet. You sense it first, the way you sense the presence of someone before they speak. The igloo seems to welcome the light, letting it spread calmly across the snow walls. The warmth remains. That surprises you. Even as the Arctic night loosens its hold, the inside of the igloo stays comfortable, balanced, steady, unbothered by the world outside. Your fingers twitch slightly beneath the blanket. Still warm. Your shoulders relax even more, as if your body realizes there's nothing left to guard against. Outside, the land looks different now. The snow rests untouched, smooth and endless, glowing faintly under the early sky. The air is clean, so clean it feels new. The kind of quiet that only exists after something powerful has passed through and moved on. You imagine stepping outside later. Not now. Not yet. For now, you stay right here. The igloo feels like a pause in time, a place where nothing asks anything from you. No decisions. No movement. Just presence. Your breathing remains slow. Steady. Comfortable. A faint sound reaches you, barely more than a whisper. The soft settling of snow on the igloo's outer wall. Not falling. Settling. As if the world is gently arranging itself again. The light inside grows a little brighter, but never enough to disturb you. It slides along the curved ceiling, following the shape of the igloo like it belongs there. You feel a subtle sense of gratitude, though you don't attach it to anything specific. Grateful for warmth. For shelter. For stillness. For the way this place holds you without effort. Your thoughts drift lazily now, like clouds that don't intend to become storms. They come and go, without pulling you along. You remember the question from earlier, about the silence after the storm. Now you know. The silence feels wide. Open. Kind. It doesn't press in on you. It gives you space. The Arctic, so often imagined as harsh and unforgiving, feels gentle in this moment. Patient. Balanced. You sense that the igloo understands this. Built not to conquer the cold, but to live alongside it. That idea feels comforting, even if you don't fully explore it. Your eyelids grow heavier again, despite the growing light. Sleep isn't finished with you yet. It has more calm to offer. You sink deeper into the bed, letting the warmth spread through your back, your legs, your arms. Every part of you feels supported. Safe. Complete. Time becomes soft again. Minutes stretch and blur, like snowfields merging into the horizon. You're aware of the morning, but not bound to it. You can meet it later. For now, rest still claims you. Just before you drift deeper, another gentle curiosity floats through your mind. What will it feel like to step back into the cold, knowing warmth is always possible? The thought doesn't seek an answer. It simply rests beside you. And with that, your mind eases further into quiet. Your breathing slows just a little more. And you drift once again. Peacefully. Comfortably. Into deeper sleep. You don't wake up. Not fully. You simply drift closer to the surface of sleep. Like floating upward through warm water. Slowly. Effortlessly. The light inside the igloo has changed again. It's no longer night soft, and not quite morning bright. It's that in-between glow, gentle, steady, patient. The kind of light that doesn't rush you, doesn't ask you to move, doesn't expect anything at all. The igloo remains perfectly still. No wind presses against it now. No storm circles outside. The Arctic is quiet. So quiet that it feels intentional. Your breathing is slow and even. Each breath feels smooth, like it travels easily through your chest, your shoulders, your back. Nothing tightens. Nothing resists. The warmth inside the igloo hasn't faded with the night. It's deeper now. More settled. As if the warmth learned your shape while you slept, and decided to stay. You become faintly aware of the space around you again, not in a thinking way, but in a soft, sensing way. The curve of the ceiling. The thickness of the walls. The way sound disappears before it can echo. This place feels timeless. Not old. Not new. Just present. Outside, the Arctic stretches wide under the early sky. Snowfields glow with a pale silver blue light. Ice crystals catch the sun and scatter it quietly, like tiny mirrors that don't want attention. Nothing moves quickly. Even the light feels slow. Inside, you shift just slightly beneath the blankets. The movement is small, instinctive. Your body adjusting itself into an even more comfortable position, as if it knows there's no need to wake yet. The bed responds immediately, holding you just right. You feel grounded. Safe. Supported. A sense of calm spreads through you, not as a wave, but as a steady presence. It doesn't come and go. It simply is. You realize something then. The igloo doesn't separate you from the Arctic. It connects you to it. The cold outside makes the warmth inside meaningful. The silence outside deepens the quiet within. Everything has its place. Your thoughts are slow now, barely forming. They drift through like gentle questions written in snow, clear for a moment, then softly erased. You think about how rare this kind of stillness is. A stillness that doesn't feel empty. A stillness that feels full. Full of space. Full of balance. Full of rest. Your breathing slows even more. In and out. Each breath feels like a gentle reminder that nothing is required of you right now. No effort. No attention. No movement. Just being here is enough. The light inside the igloo shifts almost imperceptibly, sliding along the wall as the sun rises higher outside. But the warmth doesn't change. It remains steady, wrapping around you like a quiet promise. You feel your jaw relax. Your forehead smooth. Your hands loosen. Any tension you didn't realize you were holding quietly lets go. The Arctic outside remains vast and cold, but it no longer feels intimidating. From here, from this place of warmth and calm, it feels peaceful. Respectful. Patient. You imagine stepping outside later, feeling the cold air on your face, crisp and clean. But the thought doesn't pull you forward. There's no urgency. Later will come. When it comes. For now, the igloo invites you to stay exactly where you are. Your awareness begins to soften again, drifting downward into deeper rest. The light fades from your attention. The space around you becomes less defined, more dreamlike. The only thing that remains clear is comfort. And just before you sink fully back into sleep, a final gentle curiosity brushes past your mind. What would it be like to carry this calm? Even when you leave? The thought doesn't linger. It doesn't need to. It settles quietly, like snow resting on a still landscape. Your breathing slows one last time. Your body sinks a little deeper. And sleep gently wraps around you again. Warm inside. Cold outside. Perfectly balanced. You remain still. So still that even time seems to move around you. Instead of through you. Sleep has softened everything now. Thoughts arrive only as faint impressions, like distant shapes behind fog. Your body is warm, heavy, completely supported, resting not just on the bed, but within the calm itself. Inside the igloo, the morning has fully arrived. The light is gentle and wide, spreading evenly across the curved snow walls. It doesn't shine, it glows. A quiet glow that feels patient, as if it has nowhere else to be. The warmth remains. That warmth, steady, comforting, reliable, has become part of the space. It no longer feels like something added. It feels natural. Earned. As if the igloo has always known how to hold it. Outside, the Arctic stands calm and open. The storm is only a memory now. Snow rests undisturbed, smooth and endless, stretching out beneath a pale sky. The air is clear and still, so still that even the cold seems gentle, waiting, not pressing. Inside, you breathe slowly. In and out. Each breath feels complete. Nothing catches. Nothing rushes. You are aware, faintly, that you could wake now if you wanted to. You could move, sit up, step outside into the bright, cold morning. But you don't need to. There is no hurry here. The igloo feels like a final pause before the world begins again. A space where nothing asks for your attention. Where you are allowed to rest fully, without explanation, without purpose. Your body knows this. Your shoulders sink just a little more. Your hands relax completely. Your breathing settles into its deepest rhythm yet. The warmth wraps around you like a quiet understanding. You sense, without effort, how perfectly balanced this place is. Cold outside. Warm inside. Wide open land. A safe, curved shelter. Movement beyond the walls. Stillness within them. And somewhere in between. You. That balance feels important. Not urgent. Not loud. Just true. Your thoughts drift one last time, soft and slow. You imagine the moment when you will eventually step outside, feeling the crisp Arctic air on your skin, seeing the snow glow under the sky. And somehow, that thought no longer feels intimidating. Because now you know something. Warmth isn't only a place. It's a state. A calm you can return to. A quiet you can carry. The igloo doesn't hold you here forever, but it teaches you something while you rest. Something simple. Something gentle. That even in the coldest environments, even in the quietest moments, warmth can exist. Your breathing deepens again. In. Out. The light inside the igloo softens further, blending into the background of your awareness. The space around you becomes less defined, more dreamlike. You don't follow your thoughts anymore. You let them pass. Sleep gathers you gently now, like a soft snowfall that doesn't weigh anything down. Your body rests fully. Your mind releases the last bit of effort it didn't realize it was holding. There is nothing left to wonder about. Nothing left to anticipate. Know what comes next. Only this moment. Only this calm. Only rest. And as you sink fully into sleep, one final feeling remains. A quiet sense of safety. A deep sense of ease. A steady warmth that stays with you. The Arctic remains cold outside. The igloo remains warm inside. And you rest peacefully, completely, and deeply asleep.